Alright, hello everyone. This is going to be a video on how to make as good an Indomie as I can possibly offer. Now this is the product. It's Indomie Goreng. I don't know how this is in North America and Europe, but here in Australia, Southeast Asia, it is one of the most ubiquitous instant noodles you can get your hands on. Now, I'll say straight up, this is not health food. It's not healthy. It's carbs and salt. So if you're going to eat just this, you're going to be sick. But this saw me through as a backup through many nights in my university days and even in my early working life. So this technique has been refined over many a night, and I'm just going to share it because I think I've come to like the results of what I'm able to do. So firstly, a few tips. One is pack sauce ratio. One of these packets comes with these seasonings. I think it's overwhelming if you use all of that for one packet. So I tend to break 1.5 packets of noodles with 1 pack worth of seasoning. I think that works out pretty well. Sometimes I even cut back on the salt part. I tend to break it up. That's because I don't like the noodles hanging out a foot long when I pick it up. But you don't have to do that. So I've just got my water off the boil here. I'm going to add it into the bowl. Yes, I use a bowl, and I'll tell you why. So it's important to find just the right size bowl because it makes your life easier, for eating, for cooking. And I'm just going to start the timer here just to get a feel of how long I tend to cook it for. But most of it's going to be by feel of how the noodles actually sit. Why do I use a bowl? It's because it saves me a lot of time. I don't have to have a separate saucepan. I don't have to have the utensils that I use to take it out of the saucepan, like a strainer. I just use the bowl and my fork and spoon, or my chopsticks and spoon, and that's all I need. So as we let it cook, I'm just gonna stir it around a bit, and after some amount of time I'm gonna come back and it's gonna be just right. Okay, so the first tip, pack sauce ratio. Second tip, using a bowl. If you want to choose to use that way, it's got to be just the right size. This is a Corelle. The third tip, timing. Now, the only important bit of timing here is how long this sits in the water. After you drain it out, it doesn't matter how long you put the seasoning on and let it sit there. It doesn't matter how long you let the dry noodles sit there. The only thing that matters is how long it sits in the water after you pour the water in, or after you put the noodles into the boiling water, if you choose to use that way. So again, I'm going to go back and test it. Alright, I'm just going to probably let it fast forward at this point in time until it reaches the time when it's right. Okay, now this is just about the right time now, 2 minutes and 15 seconds on the timer there, as you can see. Now what you want to do is obviously not overcook it, and this is just about the right stringiness now. So important to drain the water once you achieve the right stringiness. And I basically developed this way of just being able to drain it with my fork and spoon. Okay, that's it. Didn't lose a thing. Alright, I'll actually pick up the strainer here. There's no noodles in there, or maybe one piece. You don't have to lose a thing but doing that. Okay, so sauce now, I'm going to put this in. Use most of it, but you can leave some behind because this is not really the best stuff. All you need to do is get it to the right taste. You don't have to take any more salt than you need. Packet to cut this. Okay, that's the chili bit. And just to say, this technique applies to any of the Indomie variants. It also, you can use this technique for Maggi, 2-minute noodles. I'm not really that fond of 2-minute noodles, but you can use it for that. And any of the other dry Korean noodles, other brands, fine, it works. Even soup noodles, you can just adjust your technique and it will still work a treat. Last tip, hot water onto sauce. You know, don't try to mix this up with the noodles that's kind of dry. It just won't turn out good. Add a little bit of water off the boil to it. Probably about 3 tablespoons worth will do. You get the feel for it. Mix it right up. Make sure it gets all over the place and not getting clumps of particular bits of seasoning that just doesn't taste and look good when you eat it. Take it yourself or you serve it to someone else. Right. Slightly on the dry side here, I'm going to add another touch of water. Right, so that's just a little bit of the water seeping through at the bottom. So there we go. Right. As perfect as an Indomie as I can make it. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found that useful. There you go, guys. You can go out there, make your perfect Indomie. Cheers.